In this video, we will walk through the process of employment visa. Employment visa is a permit issued to an individual who has been granted employment in the UAE. It highlights details of the employee, the sponsor, the designation and the dates of issue and expiry, among other relevant information. To begin the process, the company must have a valid immigration establishment card and an available visa allocation slot. Let's start with the process journey. Conclude the employment contract. Apply for an entry visa via the portal. Indicate the employee is outside the UAE or for employee outside the UAE. Enter via a designated entry point, airport, seaport, or land border after applying for an entry permit. Apply for medical fitness test. Apply for Emirates ID. Upon a fit result from medical fitness test, proceed to the next step. Apply for health insurance. Apply for residence visa. Visa stamp will be received through ICA app. Electronic copy. Receive your Emirates ID. The following are the input detail. Two. Next step is to apply for an e-visa for employee outside the UAE. E-visa or entry permit is a document issued by the General Directorate of Residency and Foreigners Affairs (GDRFA) that allows employees who are outside the UAE to enter and stay in the UAE legally. When applying for an entry visa in the portal, ensure to indicate employee is outside the UAE. Let's have a look again at the documents to be submitted: passport copy or national ID copy, attested degree copy, if applicable, passport-sized photo. Once submitted, the e-visa is generated as highlighted. 3. Change of status. Change of status is the process of modifying an individual's visa status. One must enter via an entry point such as airport, seaport or land process to amend the current immigration officer will process the entry permit. Let's look at the steps. Apply for change of status to immigration at the point of entry. Ensure entry is processed. Receive change of status. Once the entry is processed by the immigration department, an entry stamp is placed in the employee's passport as highlighted. 4. Medical test. Once an employee has entered the country, the next step is to get a medical test done. The medical fitness determines whether the individual is fit and free from all forms of communicable diseases such as HIV and TB. The test has to be performed at an approved testing facility. Let's recap the steps again. Apply for medical assistance in the portal. Receive information of medical test data. Complete medical fitness test. Please read through the documents required to be submitted. Basis the documents submitted, the medical fitness results are issued as highlighted. 5. Upon a fit medical result, the next step is to apply for Emirates ID. Emirates ID is the UAE government-issued identity card, mandatory for all UAE citizens and residents. The Emirates ID is needed to open bank accounts, mobile phone contracts or tenancy agreements. Let's look at the steps to apply for Emirates ID. Apply for Emirates ID through the portal. Receive and complete the Emirates ID application form. For first-time residents, biometric of the applicant has to be captured. Below mentioned are the documents required to apply for Emirates ID. Highlighted now is an example of a filled application form. 6. Once the application is submitted, the next step is to apply for health insurance. Health insurance is an insurance coverage that pays for the cost of medical care incurred by the insured. In the UAE, a requirement to complete the visa application process is to provide an insurance certificate. Insurance certificates issued outside the UAE are accepted if it has worldwide coverage including the UAE. Medical insurance is optional for the investor or partner of the company, however is mandatory for all employees. Steps to apply for medical certificate. Apply for medical insurance. Obtain medical insurance. Share a copy of medical coverage policy. Highlighted as an example of insurance certificate which, once issued, must be submitted on the portal. 7. Visa stamping. Visa stamping is the final step of the employment visa application. A stamp, now a sticker, is applied to the holder's passport which indicates the completion of residency permit procedures. It indicates the information of the sponsor, issuance date and validity. This enables an individual to travel in and out of the UAE within the validity period. Highlighted as an example of visa stamp. Receive your Emirates ID as mentioned during the application stage. Emirates ID is the UAE government-issued identity card, mandatory for all UAE citizens and residents. The Emirates ID is needed to open bank accounts, mobile phone contracts or tenancy agreements. Once the above steps are completed, Emirates ID is ready for collection as highlighted below.